type yes. If you've ever felt that, type yes in the chat. And everyone who cares has actually felt it. So let me tell you something that might surprise you. There's what we call parenting guilt, okay? And it is everywhere. It follows parents around like a shadow. And the irony is that the parents who feel the most guilt are usually the best parents. You know why? Because the parents who don't care, the ones who are truly neglecting their children or not showing up at all, they don't feel guilty. Guilt requires caring. It requires a standard you're measuring against. I'm feeling like, okay, you're feeling short. So if you're watching this show at whatever time of time, whatever time it is, you're feeling guilty about your parenting, that guilt is actually evidence that you're a good parent. It means you care, you are trying, you want to do better, you just don't know how. And there are specific reasons why we feel like failure. So let me break them down, because once you understand them, they lose some of their power. The reason why you are scared of them is because they might look true, they seem true in the moment. The first reason is that we compare our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. There's a reason why they will tell you don't ever believe the things that you see online. And the reason is because you see that Instagram mom with the perfectly packed lunch boxes and everything she puts in the boxes and how she packs it and the smiling children and the clean house. And you think, look at my own house. What is wrong with me? My children, if I tell them to do something, they won't do it. Right? The thing is that nothing is wrong with you. You're just seeing our best 5 minutes. Right? You're not seeing the many edits she has to do on the video. You're not seeing the many takes that she has to do to actually get that consistency. Right? Nothing is wrong with you. You're not seeing the tantrum before the photo. You're not seeing the fight after breakfast. You're not seeing the mess in the room that the camera did not show. Nobody posts the real moments. So you're comparing your worst to their best. Your brain is playing games on you. And obviously, when you do that, that's a game you will never win. The second reason is that we carry our own childhood wounds to parenting. And this is a big one. Because when your child struggles with something you struggled with as a kid, their anxiety, it doubles. Right? Because it's not just their pain now, it's also your pain too. Let's say, for example, your child is bad at maths and you were bad at maths and your father shamed you for it, and now you are terrified that the same thing is happening again. So you are not just parenting your child, you are reparenting yourself at the same time, because you are so scared. You are so scared of the same thing happening. And no wonder it's exhausting, because you're solving problems, rather you're worried about problems that don't even exist yet. The third reason is that nobody actually taught us how to parent. Think about this. When you got a car, there was a manual, there was a driver, there's someone that taught you. When you bought a TV, there was a manual on how to operate it. There was a manual for the washing machine. There was a manual for the phone. There was a tutorial for every app you ever downloaded. But the most complex, most important job you will ever have, which is raising a human being, nothing. No manual, no training. You don't even know who is right or who is wrong. What is the best way? What is the worst way? Nothing. You were just handed a baby, and you expected to figure it out. And then you're surprised when you feel like you don't know what you're doing. Of course, you're going to feel like you don't know what you're doing. So, how many of you have had that moment, maybe late at night, the children are asleep, and you are lying there, you are replaying the day. You are replaying what you said, what you shouted, what you could have done differently. And you think, I'm messing this up. I'm failing my kids. If that is you, then I need you to hear what I'm saying. I need you to listen. Because there's no such thing as a perfect parent. They don't exist. Not the Instagram ones, not the ones who seem to have it together, not the parenting experts, not me. Nobody gets it right all the time. What does exist is a parent who never gives up, a parent who keeps showing up, a parent who makes mistakes, who repairs, and who keeps going. That is the whole game. So you show up, you mess up, you fix it, and you repeat. That cycle is good parenting. It's not perfection. It is a cycle of trying, failing, repairing, and going again. That is what your child actually needs. And so your child does not need you to be flawless. They need you to be honest. They need you to be present. They need you to say, I messed up today and I'm sorry. More than they need you to never mess up at all. Because when you model repair, when you show them that mistakes are part of life, not the end of it. The most valuable lessons you can ever teach them, right? So I want you to make sure that don't sit down, don't think, oh, I've ruined my child. Maybe your children's results are not your result. And all you need to do is you need to keep going. Just make sure that your child can feel that you love them, right? Just make sure that you yourself, that you can beat your chest and say, today, I've done something, I've tried, I've done something. When you have those shifts, when you have that shift, you realize that you don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. And so what I want you to do tonight, your practical takeaway is, whenever you have a quiet moment, write yourself a note. Always tell yourself that you're not a bad parent. Always tell yourself that you are doing what you can. You are a learning parent. You are a parent in training. You're learning. All of us are learning. Because when you shift that identity, it changes how you show up for your child. It means that every day is a new day to try something. Right? And so when you feel like you are failing, then obviously you close off your mind to the progress that you are obviously making, and you don't see what you are doing. And what the funny thing about that is that when you put yourself in that box, it blocks whatever progress that you could have made because you're so busy feeling sorry for yourself. And so if you've ever felt like a failure as a parent, I hope that this video actually wakes you up and tells you and motivates you and gets you going and lets you know that you're trying. So thank you so much for staying to the end. If this helped you, make sure you share this video with one of your loved ones. Share it with a parent who you know that needs this. And I'll see you in the next one.